Hi, this is going to be an overview video of the literacy plan. The literacy plan is a partner activity that you will be doing near the end of your summer semester. And this is just an overview video, so please take the time to read the documents that I've put on Carmen, and I have example of the lesson plan, of the literacy plan, all the components are all under content literacy plan. So please take the time to read those because those include a lot more detail than this overview video. But for this video, I'm just going to outline what is expected of you when you do this project. When you do the spelling inventory, which I will be teaching you, you are going to be doing it with a child, and you will find out a developmental stage that your child is at. For instance, you might do the spelling inventory and determine that your child is an early letter name learner. You're going to give that information to me as soon as you find out. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to pair you up with someone else in this class that has their own case study child that is in a similar developmental stage. So if your child is an early letter name learner, I'm going to hopefully place you with someone who also has a letter name learner. So that might be an early, middle, or late letter name learner. And so the two of you together are going to create this literacy plan based on your own case study students. I'm really hoping this will be a very authentic activity. So if, for instance, you want to go back later and actually do some of the stuff with your child, you can, but you don't have to. That's not a required component of the course. But what you're going to do, I'm going to pair you up and you're going to meet with your partner either via Carmen Connect, Google Hangout, or in person. It does not matter to me how you meet with your partner, just as long as you let me know and you meet with them at least 2 times. So if you decide to meet with your partner during Carmen Connect, I will have to give you the link. If you meet with them during Google Hangout, you're going to have to give me your email names and let me know the time. And the same thing with in person. Where are you meeting? When are you meeting? I just want to make sure you are meeting and you are talking face to face in some regard. So you and your partner, you're going to be doing 4 different things for this literacy plan. The very first thing you're going to be doing is a description of learners. This is where you will be describing your 2 case study students. So again, let's say I have an early letter name learner and your partner has a late letter name learner. Your description is going to be describing this is what an early letter name learner looks like. This is what they have mastered. This is what they struggle with. This is what they are still learning. This is what a late letter name learner looks like. This is what they have mastered. This is what they're still struggling with. There are also charts in each chapter and words their way on letter name within word, syllable juncture, and derivational constancies, fantastic charts that outline the early, middle, late stages of each of those stages of development. So please use your books to help you out. Once you've done your description of learners, you are going to do websites and apps. I feel like this is extremely important because you can't go into any classroom nowadays and not see some sort of technology being used, whether it's an active board, smart board, iPads, iPhones, iPods, it's just everywhere. So I want you and your partner, you're going to find 5 different websites or apps that you would like to use with your child. But before you do that, I want you to determine 5 criteria that you would evaluate your websites and apps on. There's a lot of websites and apps out there that help students with language arts and reading. However, some of them aren't very good. So I want you to determine, okay, what would you look at to see this is a very good website or app? For instance, is cost important to you? Is it important that it's free or that it's within a certain range? Is it important that it has an assessment option? Is it important that it's very aesthetically pleasing? Is it important that it has an audio component? Those are some different things that you and your partner can talk about. You're going to create your 5 criteria, and then you're going to look for your 5 websites or apps and you're going to evaluate them according to those 5 criteria. And I want these to be websites or apps for language arts. So spelling, reading, writing, phonemic awareness, phonics, everything that we've been talking about in class. And I would like them to be on a variety of topics. I do not want all 5 websites and apps to be only on spelling. So make sure you look for a variety. And once again, make sure they fit your students. So if you have letter name learners, make sure those websites or apps are helpful for them and their specific needs. After you do that, then this next part is an annotated bibliography. Children's literature is an extremely important part of your classroom. So I want you guys to find 5 children's literature books that you would use to teach different language arts skills in your classroom for these students, for instance, letter name students. So you can look, there are tons of resources online in the internet. Pinterest has a lot of things. There are different books at the library. Just look and see if you can find any book that you would like to use to teach a certain skill. Please remember that you do not have to use the entire book. All right. Some teachers, they might just find one book and they notice the first couple pages have a lot of blends in them. So they might read those first 2 pages and then have a lesson on blends. And they might read the rest of the book later. That is perfectly fine. Or you could have a book that does a great job teaching a letter name writing skill. You can use that book. Just be very creative. You're going to be doing an annotated bibliography. I've included resources that explain what an annotated bibliography is. I've also included resources that talks about APA. I want it to be an APA citation and an annotation, which you're going to be telling me how you're using this book and why you've selected this book in your classroom. And the fourth and final part, you and your partner are going to be working on a small group lesson plan. So together, you're going to be thinking of an activity that you would be doing with your 2 case study children. So to help them on a skill that you guys have determined that they need. So this is where you're going to have to talk and see if there's any overlap. Maybe both of your students have trouble with long A's, then long A's pattern. Therefore, you can do a lesson on long A patterns. So there is an example on Carmen, and you're going to be creating an outlined lesson plan as if you are teaching this lesson. I want there to be objectives, I want there to be questions, and I want you to address the Common Core state standards. I will be looking to see that your lesson aligns with the Common Core state standards for students at that age. And once again, there's an example on Carmen that outlines how I want this lesson plan done. I do not want it to be a paragraph that goes, oh, I had a group of students and we got together and we did a lesson on spelling. That's not a lesson plan. I want it to be very precise and cut. So you're going to be doing those 4 different things: description of learners, websites and apps, annotated bibliography, and a small group lesson plan. And then one person is going to be compiling it into one document and turning it into me and Carmen under content literacy plan, and there's also going to be a Dropbox. So you're going to be putting it in that Dropbox for me to read. And so hopefully this helps. If you ever have any questions, please shoot me an email. Thank you.